Hello, it's 9 p.m. in our studios in Westfield, and this is GCTV News with me, Aissatou Koli. Let's begin with the headlines. Serekunda and Bunding police stations renovated into a modern standard police stations. Lawyer Usainu Dabo denies responsibility in alleged Gambia EU deportation agreement. Imam Abdullahi Fati launches Blush Anti-FGM activists for advocating against female circumcision in the country. Mayor of Banjul has launched a youth volunteerism project that will cater for more than 300 youths in Banjul. In internationals, General Brice Nguema has been sworn in as Gabon's transitional president following the overthrow of ex-president Ali Bongo. The leader of Sudan's Rapid Support Force has announced his force presence in the capital city of Sudan. These and many other stories coming ahead in the news. Stay tuned. Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, you're watching GTV News with me, Aissatou Koli. In their efforts to protect and safeguard the lives and properties and create a more conducive environment for its citizens, President Adama Barrow on Monday presided over the inauguration of the newly reconstructed police station within the Greater Banjul area. The reconstructed police stations are Serekunda, Bundung, Bakote, and Brusubi Child Welfare Office. More on this report. The project was implemented in a joint framework of the EU support by the German Federal Foreign Office and implemented by GIZ to the Gambia Police Force. The program mandate is in line with the Goal 16 of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which aim to promote peaceful and inclusive societies for sustainable development. Speaking at the event, His Excellency President Adama Barrow said, the event is another notable manifestation of his government's commitment in the ongoing security sector reform, adding that no security sector can deliver effective services in the absence of the infrastructure required for its day-to-day operations.
It is delightful that we are here to jointly inaugurate 3 reconstructed model police stations in Serekunda, Bundung, and Bakote, respectively, and a police child welfare office in Brusubi. The event is another notable manifestation of my government's commitment of the ongoing security sector reform, SSR. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, no security sector can deliver effective services in the absence of the infrastructure required for its day-to-day operations. Hence the need to upgrade our security sector infrastructure in agreement with our national reform agenda. As documented in the reform instruments, in addition to creating a conducive environment for optimal service delivery, the objectives of the security sector reform include promoting and upholding human rights.
On the aspect on how security plays a crucial role in the development aspirations of a country, this is what he had to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, security is an indispensable aspect of national development. Consequently, due recognition of the important link between security and national development provide a strong basis for the reforms undertaken in the security sector. The reforms aim to address the legacies of the past that continue to stain the reputation of the sector. Our goal is to enhance the capability of the sector to efficiently respond to the security needs of the country and beyond. It is certain that significant achievements have been made in this regard, which include making the sector accountable to civilian authority, establishing policy frameworks and procedures, and ensuring compliance with human rights standards and the rule of law.
He reiterated his government's commitment to the security sector reform goals and targets particularly in the establishment of standard training facilities for the police. He called on the international partners to consider supporting their endeavor in order to attain a sustainable solution to the numerous challenges confronting the various units of the security sector. Siaka Sonko, the Minister of Interior, gave an overview of the project and how it will strengthen the operations of the police.
This program is being implemented to strengthen reform processes in criminal justice administration by enhancing the human resources management capabilities, public relations, community policing strategy, promotion of gender equality, and a robust internal complaint mechanism to ensure access to trusted and accountable public police service for the public. The program also aims at strengthening the performance of Gambia Police Force through training, equipment support, and infrastructural enhancement.
For his part, the Inspector General of Police, Abdoulaye Sanyang, said the new police structures are unique and unprecedented since the inception of the Gambia Police Force, as they are more human rights friendly than all the existing structures, in line with the SSR.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the new police structure are unique and unprecedented since the inception of the Gambia Police Force. They are not only big and provide more conducive working environment for our officers, but most importantly, they are more human rights friendly than all our existing structures, in line with Your Excellency's government security sector reform objectives. Excellency, our commitment to reform is unwavering. The design of this new police model station is just a testimony of that resolve. But more than that, however, we are inculcating an understanding among our workforce that our service must be people-centered, like mentioned by the Alcalo. That is to say, we must adopt participatory approach in policing, and people that have come into conflict with the law must be treated humanly. Their rights, dignity must be preserved at all times without compromising the peace and security. These are all clearly articulated in our new vision statement that you will see on the go, to be professional, accountable public service, respecting human rights and the rule of law.
The charge d'affaires of the German embassy, Ms. Tanja Roy, said the newly constructed buildings is an important step towards an inclusive and a democratic society that protects the most vulnerable and provides equal rights to all.
That protects the most vulnerable and provides equal rights to all its members. As a matter of fact, we strive for the same values and pursue the same goals. With this in mind, allow me to give you a brief background on the German contribution. You might know that this police program, commissioned by the German Federal Foreign Office and implemented by GIZ, covers 3 African countries, apart from
the newly constructed buildings were constructed within the span of 11 months, and it's to strengthen the capacity of the police services to save and protect the citizens. Aisha Tukoli, Gambian Talents TV. The leader of the United Democratic Party, Ousainou Darboe, has denied responsibility in arranged Gambia and European Union deportation deal as untrue and challenged the claimants to provide credible evidence against him. His comments came amid rigging deportation of Gambians living in Europe. Lamin MCC tells us more.
Lawyer Darboe dismissed the allegation against him as false and challenged those accusing him to provide tangible evidence to show that he signed the alleged deal.
I challenged them to produce a document to show that I'm the one who signed the deportation order, but the only thing they could come up with was a video where the EU Commissioner for Development and Cooperation came to the Gambia with a high-power delegation.
Meanwhile, he lashed out the critics for making false claims against him while describing their claims as lies aimed at tarnishing his reputable image.
If people want to tarnish your image, or they want to accuse you of something which is not true, they can go to any extent just to achieve it. I came out to show them their lies Because when the German president was coming to the Gambia, I was in Ivory Coast with the Vice President Fatoumata Jallow Tambajang to attend a conference.
He explained that the European Union delegation coming to the Gambia was to help and strengthen democracy and also in terms of budget support.
You look at the video, President Adama Barrow was in attendance and he even spoke at the event. If that was the signing of the deportation order, then it was done under President Adama Barrow's watch.
He said the only thing that was signed during that meeting was the support the EU wanted to give to the Gambia to the tune of 75 million euros, and that was supposed to be their first disbursement. Reporting for Gttv News, I am Lamil MCC.
Imam Abdullahi Fati has rigged at anti-FGM activists in the country as he led a delegation to settle a court conviction fee for 3 women sentenced for female genital mutilation practice in the Central River region. He made the remarks while leading a delegation from the Islamic Enlightenment Society of Bakadaji and paid the 35,000 balance of the fine. Lamin MCC again.
The renowned Imam Abdullahi Fati described the conviction of the 3 women as wrong as he ripped into the anti-FGM activists for trying to suppress the practices of the Islamic religion. Last month, a lower court in the Central River region sentenced 3 women for FGM to pay each $15,000.
To able coming for enough is enough.
Enough is enough. We came to show our support to you because we are following the teachings of the Prophet, peace be upon him. Help your neighbor if he or she is offended. And we know they offended you. This is not true. Our cause is on the judge who gave this judgment. May God destroy them. And anyone who heard about this and is happy, our cause is on you from now until judgment day. Any group that is behind this, may God destroy you. May God never make your plans successful anymore. You are fighting the religion, he said. This is painful because it isn't your daughter, but my daughter. You have women loitering around doing every kind of disgusting activities, but they left those people. Women selling themselves is no worse. They say that is their right. But for me to circumcise my daughter is illegal. Men are turning themselves into women, and women are turning themselves into men, and they don't take action against that.
The former State House Imam said the anti-FGM activists can go and fight ill activities in the country like sex work and excessive drug abuse rather than fighting a practice taught by the Prophet. Reporting for Gttv News, I am Lamil MCC.
Rohim Malik Low, Mayor of Banjul, on Friday launched a youth volunteerism project that will target about 500 youths in Banjul. The project seeks to provide international internship skills for the youths of the city, which is implemented by Rafela Gambia, network of locally elected women in Africa in partnership with UN South-South Cooperation, UNDP Gambia, Islamic Development Bank, Arab Bank for Economic Development Africa. More on this report. Speaking at the launch of the project in Banjul at the Never Again Memorial Arch, Mayor Rahilo, who is also the president of Rafela, said the project will impact not only the youths of Banjul, but by extension, the entire Gambia.
But today, we stand here celebrating the reality of this project. The excitement I feel for the youths of Banjul on this momentous occasion knows no bounds. I want to extend my gratitude to the Islamic Development Bank for their interest in supporting this project and exploring its commitment in line with its youth leadership program. Your support means the world, and I have complete confidence that the youth of Banjul will exceed expectation. A special acknowledgement goes to the government of the Gambia, Ministry of Finance under the leadership of Mr. Sidi Keita, the National Youth Council of the Gambia, headed by Alaji Jaju, under the leadership of Honorable Bakari Waibaji, Minister of Youth and Sports. Our heartfelt thanks also go to the government of the People's Republic of China, the Kingdom of Morocco, the Republic of Turkey, Republic of Azerbaijan, the Mayor of Dakar and Bamako, respectively, along with our esteemed partner, Mayor Dr. Joe Asongaso of Heiberg, Germany, for joining us in this intensive initiative. To the beneficiaries of this project, congratulations. Your journey has just begun, and I urge you to seize this opportunity. Embrace this project as your own. Support each other and strive to leave no one behind. Together, let's showcase the power of this initiative and attract even more partners. Parents and guardians, please stand by your children as they embark on this journey to attain the skills they desire. And so, with great honor, I officially launched the Youth Volunteerism Program, the YVP, for the city of Banjul. I call upon all residents of our city to warmly welcome the project's consultants and actively participate in its implementation.
Bakari Baji, Minister of Youth and Sports, underscores the importance of the initiative and how it will contribute to the socio-economic development of the country.
This is important for us as a country because it goes without saying that young people constitute the majority of our population. And the statistics has it that more than 63% of the Gambian population is youth. It is therefore important that be it central government or the local councils or any development partner works in this area so that we can be able to give young people the good start that they deserve to be able to prepare themselves for leadership, but also to be able to prepare themselves for employment and employment opportunities. And this is exactly what the Rafaela program under the Lord Mayor is going to bring to the young people of the Gambia. So as a Ministry of Youth and Sports, and by extension, as a government, we are delighted that such opportunity is being created for the young people of the Gambia, especially young people of Banjul. The program is very in line with the government strategic plan, but the government's NDP and the Minister of Youth and Sports strategic plan.
Representing the UNDP country rep, Umi Diouf, said the main objective of the initiative is to empower the youth of Banjul through volunteerism and training, nurturing skills, create avenues, and safeguard the environment.
Response and recovery project aimed at supporting the Gambia government and Gambians to build forward better from the effects of the pandemic. The main objective of this initiative is to empower the youth of Banjul through volunteerism and training, nurturing skills that create avenues for employment, enrich communities, and safeguard the environment. This, we hope, will lead to a youthful energy and purpose, guided by the values of service, responsibility, peaceful coexistence, and sustainability. In the aftermath of the global pandemic, the importance of projects like these cannot be overstated. COVID-19 has impacted lives, economies, and societies across the world, and it is our duty to recover with determination and creativity. The Rafaela Youth Volunteerism Project is not just a proactive recovery measure, but an initiative that empowers our youth to play an active role in the city's rebuilding and recovery process. The project is in line with the goals set forth in the Gambian National Development Plan, the UNDP Country Program document, and the Sustainable Development Goals reflecting our collective commitment to sustainable progress.
Aissatou Njie, the Refera Gambian National Coordinator, highlighted the importance of the project.
The support of young skills acquisition and the creation of job opportunities came as a result of the President of Rafela's strong and ambitious vision to empower youth of her city by providing them with skills and opportunities so that they can have positive impact in our society.
The youth coordinator of Banjul City Council, Abdullahi Kurubali, thanked Mayor Lohiro for coming up with such a brilliant initiative, adding that youth volunteerism plays a very crucial role in building a more engaged community.
Youth volunteerism refers to the active participation of young people in community service and charitable activities without any financial gain or compensation. It involves individuals typically between the ages of 15 to 24 as per the UN definition and 15 to 35 as per the Gambia Youth Act and the Youth Policy, dedicating their time, skills, and energy to support various causes and organizations that aim to make a positive change in society. Youth volunteerism can encompass a wide range of activities, including environmental conservation, education, healthcare, social service, disaster relief, advocacy, and many more.
The project is part of the UNDP COVID-19 Response and Recovery Program, which aimed at supporting the government and Gambians to build forward better from the effects of COVID-19 pandemic. Aissatou Koli, Gambian Talents TV. Now, from that story will lead us to our first break. When we come back, we look at the internationals. Stay tuned. Well, welcome back. If you're just tuning in, you're watching Gttv English News with me, Aissatou Koli. Now, on Monday, 4th of September 2023, the leader of the Gabon's military junta, General Brice Nguema, has been sworn in as the country's transitional leader following the toppling of the long-serving president Ali Bongo. Our Modu Lamin Diop tells us more.
In a speech after being sworn in as interim president, he did not give a date for military rule to end. General Brice Nguema led last Wednesday's coup against Ali Bongo, toppling the president shortly after he was named winner of a disputed election. Crowds of cheering civilians turned up at the inauguration. The coup was welcomed by many eager for change. However, some say General Nguema's rule will be a continuation of the 55-year Bongo's dynasty. Ali Bongo's father, Omar, was in power for 41 years before he died in 2009 and was succeeded by his son. The general, aged 48, spent most of his career in the Bongo's inner circle and is even thought to be Ali Bongo's cousin. At Monday's inauguration, General Nguema gave a defiant speech, referencing the likes of South African Archbishop Desmond Tutu, French statesman Charles Fegoli, and former Ghanaian leader Jerry Rawlings. This patriotic action will be a lesson learned that will be taught in the books of our schools, he said. The new president, dressed in the red ceremonial costume of the Republican Guard, added that fresh government will be informed in a few days and recommended new electoral legislation, a new penal code, and a referendum on a new constitution. General Nguema also said he had instructed the new government to think without delay about freeing all political prisoners. The ceremony was broadcasted live on Gabonese TV and across online platforms in the world. Hundreds of officials attended, including former minister from the ousted government, who was booed by a crowd of junta sympathizers. The opposition has said it welcomes the removal of Mr. Bongo from power, but has called for a speedy return to civilian rule. The defeated presidential candidate Albert Ondo Osa told the Associated Press that coup was a palace revolution engineered by the Bongo family to retain their power. General Nguema's latest in the series of military takeovers across West and Central Africa. Gabon Gabon is the sixth francophone country to fall under military rule in the last 3 years as former colonial power France struggles to maintain its influence on the continent. Gabon was suspended from the African Union following the coup, which has been condemned by UN and France. In his inauguration address on Monday, General Nguema said he was surprised foreign criticism of the takeover. Reporting for Gttv News, I am Modlamin Job.
The leader of Sudan's Rapid Support Forces, RSF, has said his troops have a strong presence in the capital and will fight unto the last soldier as the brutal power struggle between the paramilitary group and the army is about to enter its 15th month. Sirif Conte tells us more from a BBC News Africa report.
In an audio message posted on Twitter, General Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo repeated his accusation that the military had instigated the war to enable allies of State President Omar al-Bashir to regain power. The message is a shift from his statement on the 27th August when the RSF commander, who is also commonly known as Hemeti, called for a negotiated settlement and outlined plans for the restoration of a civilian-led government. This was rejected by his rival, General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, who has repeatedly said that the army will defeat RSF. General Burhan has made several public appearances, including 2 foreign visits to South Africa and Egypt since late August, suggesting that the military has an upper hand. The military-led government has repeatedly asked the international community to designate RSF, its former ally, a terrorist organization. Its Ministry of Foreign Affairs said a recent meeting between the RSF official and African Union Commission chairperson Musa Faki in Ethiopia was a dangerous precedent. Sirif Conte, Gttv.
Now, away from internationals, we will take our second break. When we come back, we'll look at sports. Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, you're still watching GTTV News with me, Iset Koli. Now to some exciting sport news. Gambian forward player Musa Barrow has signed for Saudi Arabian side Al Tawan from Bologna for a fee of $6 million. Barrow moved from Atalanta to Bologna on loan in 2020 with an obligation to buy for a fee reported to be around $13 million. Soon after his transfer, Barrow became the starting striker on the Sinisa and became one of their top scorers of the season, despite only arriving in January. Congratulations to the Gambian international Musa Barrow. We wish him all the best. Now that brings us to the end of this news bulletin. But before we take a leave of you, let's take a recap of our top stories once again. Serekunda and Bunding police stations renovated into a modern standard police stations. Lawyer Usainu Dabo denies responsibility in alleged Gambia-EU deportation agreement. Imam Abdullah Fati launches Blush Anti-FGM activists for advocating against female circumcision in the country. Mayor of Banjul has launched a youth volunteerism project that will cater for more than 300 youths in Banjul. In internationals, General Brice Nguema has been sworn in as Gabon's transitional president following the overthrow of ex-president Ali Bongo. The leader of Sudan's Rapid Support Force has announced his force presence in the capital city of Sudan. Well, that's it from me and our entire production team. It's a bye from us. Thank you.